Okay, we are now recording.
Okay, so I can go back to gallery view then? Does it matter?
Nope, don't matter. Go wherever you want to go.
Perfect. All right. Welcome everybody on a fine Saturday afternoon. We're going to be doing the comp plan. Hopefully everyone was able to print out this document. That's what we're going to be going by. May not be in the exact order, but it'll be okay. So we're all ambassadors. The first way to get paid for any ambassador in Plexus is by commission. And the commission structure reads here. The first $100 of your production, whether it be your personal purchases, or if you have a customer purchasing, or those added together, it does not matter. The first 100 stays with the company. From 100 to 499 is 15% commission. From 500 and up is 25% commission. These commission structures are the same if you're brand new or been an ambassador from day one. It does not matter. It is the same for everybody. And I will tell you, if you are from about 390 PV and up, and you're not to 500 yet, if you'll crunch the numbers, it's worth making a purchase and going over 500 because you've just increased your commission up to 25%. So if you ended the month with exactly $500 in PV, remember, you're going to get paid on $400, so you got $100 coming. Okay, it's pretty simple, but it can be a little confusing. But if you are knocking on the door of 500, say you're at 400, and you're only going to get 15%, that's $60. So if you spend 100, now your check's going to be 100, and you got product to show for it. So a lot of times it's worth going ahead and bouncing it up there if you see the ability to do that. So, but that is the first way every single ambassador in a company gets paid. Hypothetically, we've got some new ambassadors that have came on board that they're buying product for 2 or 3 people within their family, say a husband, wife, and a child. We encourage them to be an ambassador because not only are they going to buy at wholesale, they are also going to get a kickback, a rebate. They're going to get a check. They're going to get some money on their own purchases. So they're, in essence, they're getting it below wholesale, if you look at it that way, if they're only buying for themselves. So although it's nice to have 3 great customers in a household, if they're going to be spending about $400, you can reduce that down to about $300, and they can get paid back on $200 of that. They're an ambassador. We have found that they seem to take more pride in being an ambassador, and they stay in the business, and they work a little harder than just being a customer. So that is the first way of getting paid. Hopefully that's pretty simple. I will tell you, I'm doing a series of little videos on each of these segments, one at a time. And Melissa's going to put them up on our Plexus Family Finding Help in the Files tab so that everybody can watch those. So you can watch each segment over and over and over again until you get it. So, all right, the second way of getting paid, like I said, I don't follow the exact order because the override's on ambassadors. And generally, when you're a brand new ambassador, you're going for customers. So preferred customers is, to me, the second way everybody gets paid. Preferred customer bonuses. If everybody doesn't know what a preferred customer is, it is a customer that's going to get an automatic shipment sent to them each and every month. They have the right to cancel that. They have the right to manipulate that order. They can change it. They can add, delete. The beauty of a preferred customer is after 90 days, then on their 4th month, not their 4th shipment. Some people get confused on that, and you can get 2 shipments a month if you keep adding products. So it's a 4th consecutive month of being a preferred customer. They get a 10% discount. Automatic from the company. You don't have to call. They don't have to call. It's automatic. I've been told that if they're on the triplex for 90, or say 90 days, 3 months, the 4th month they decide to add X Factor. Their triplex and X Factor or anything else they add will go at the 10% discount. Okay? So that's something to remember, because as they start adding other products, and a lot of people do, then they can get that discount on those things also. So that's kind of the second way of getting paid. Those bonuses, if you haven't studied them, they're in the bottom left corner of this little chart here that we're going to be referring to all afternoon. Just a bag of Slim is a $15 preferred customer bonus. So if you've got a customer that is purchasing a triplex, I believe the PV on triplex is around 105, and you happen to be in the 25% commission bracket. I'm going to use that one because it's easy for me to figure off the top of my head. That customer throwing you 105 PV is worth about $26 commission. Okay, the triplex pays a $20 preferred customer bonus. So now that particular customer is worth $46 to you each and every month they make that purchase. So they're worth more to you than a retail customer. So if you can encourage them and explain to them what the advantages to being preferred, you make more money, they save money, they get the discount after 3 months. It's a win-win-win for everybody.
Mom, Dad,
What?
Katie refuses to come inside. I can't watch.
Somebody's not muted.
I'm tired.
Okay, so that is preferred customer bonuses. The next way to get paid on your ambassadors is 5% override on all of your level 1s. Anybody you personally sponsor, you get 5% of everything they do over that same $100 that stays with the company. We had an ambassador recruit somebody, and in their first 30 days last month in February, her PV was over $2,000 in her very first month. So the ambassador that personally recruited her got 5% of at least $1,900. That's a pretty good chunk of change, if I recall. It's somewhere around $95. So those 5% add up. I'm sure everybody's probably seen in the back office on the financials how you're paid as far as the different line items on what I call the check stub. And so that the company breaks it out. You do not have to go in your back office and try to study and figure out how much you're going to get off of each person, each ambassador, each customer. You will get an itemized report each month when the financials come out. So the fourth way of getting paid, now we're in the recruiting, because we've shown you the commissions and preferred customer bonuses. That's how you get paid on customers. But after that, all the good money, the residual money, everything comes from ambassadors, building your teams, your organization. So when you recruit someone, okay, we're going to have this chart here, and these are welcome packs. Hopefully everybody's familiar with them, but if you're not, there are two levels of welcome packs, $100 and $199. welcome pack. So, if I recruit somebody tomorrow and they buy a $199 welcome pack, I get $49.75. Okay, Abby Jo Hildebrand is my personal sponsor. She would get $24.88. Gable is her sponsor. He gets $14.93. And I believe then we got to give the next $9.95 to Dad. So that's how you get paid on ambassadors when you're recruiting. Now, if you've got somebody, I see a lot of level 3s and level 4s pop up. Hi, Pops. I see a lot of level 3 and level 4s popping up in my email. You know, it's, hey, you've got money. Okay, I'm either getting $4.95 or $7.50 or $9.95 or $14.93, depending on the welcome pack that new person purchased. Those add up, folks. You get those checks on Fridays, and they do add up. And then it's something that you got to go back and look at your bank statement or online banking, whatever you use, you know, and tally those up, because it will surprise you as time goes on what those 4 Fridays of each month tally up to. And it's just a nice little bonus. Keep in mind, nobody gets paid on PV of a welcome pack. There's no commission paid on PV on a welcome pack. Now, what a welcome pack will do, if someone buys a $100 welcome pack and then they go in their back office and they order another, say they order a triplex for another 105 personal volume, that will immediately give you your points for the month off of that individual. But if they don't purchase anything after the welcome pack, the first month that they join, you won't receive any points off of that. So you're going to have some that do, some that don't. So that's, you just watch your back office for those points. The next way of getting paid is called rank achievement bonuses. One-time rank achievement bonuses. You notice I got a 3 out there by silver. You move from senior ambassador with 2 ambassadors under you to silver ambassador as soon as you recruit your 3rd qualified ambassador. What I mean by that is they must have their back office turned on. They can't join and then turn off and stay qualified. So with 3 of them on, then you get a $100 one-time bonus for going silver. The next step is done by points. You must, and I'm going to explain the points in the next segment. But to go gold, you must have 100 points in your organization. Then you get a $250 bonus. Senior Ruby is 250 points for a $350 check. Ruby is 500 points for $500. Senior Ruby is $750 for a $750 one-time bonus check. Okay, and I'm going to explain the points in a little bit, but these are nice bonuses, and if you add them up, I'm a Senior Ruby now, so I've caught all of those, but they're only one-time bonuses, and they sure are nice. So now we're going to move into, I'll touch real quick on the fast start. Fast start bonuses are if you rank up to gold and above in the first 30 days. And I'm going to be right honest with you, I don't recommend that, because I don't think you can educate that many new ambassadors in that short period of time and have them feel comfortable about the business. I'm sure there's some that have done it, but I'm not sure, and I've talked to a lot of people, I'm not sure I could educate that many in 30 days and feel good about it. So I don't really spend much time or effort on the fast start. So the seventh way of getting paid is Plexus points. Okay. Hopefully everybody was able to print this out or at least have access to it later on. I drew this up. This particular graph, tree, whatever you want to call it, there will never be two of those the same. So I just drew that up, just use it as a reference, because nobody's organization will ever parallel be identical to anybody else's, because we're all going to recruit different amounts of level 1s and 2s and 3s and right on down. But as you look at your summary chart, you will notice on the right-hand side that level 1s, 2s, and 3s are all worth 5 points each month. Level 4s are 4, level 5s are 3 points, level 6 is 2, level 7s are 1 point. Points, the easiest way to describe that is I like to use the term shares of stock, because most people can understand shares of stock, and they know that if they own shares of stock, they get dividends on those stocks at some point in time if the company made money. Well, we all know that our company is debt-free, so there is no reason they don't make money every single month. So these points, if you treat them like a share of stock and you earn those 5 off of a, let's say, a level 1 ambassador each month, those the value or the dividend that is paid on those points has been averaging between $2.75 and $3 per point. Let's just use $3 because that's easy to calculate. Each ambassador that is given you 5 points is equal to about $15 per month. That's residual income. That's why you want to build your team, because it is very nice when you start getting 100 points on your team. So say you've gone gold, you've got 100 points times 3, that's $300 added to your check. Over and above your commissions, your 5% overrides, your preferred customer bonuses, and your weekly checks on your welcome packs. Okay, they don't take any of those away from you. You still get all of that. So let's talk about the points for a little bit, because it was always the hardest thing for me to grasp, because everybody that explained it to me, they already knew it, and they talked as fast as an auctioneer, and it went boom, right over the top of my head. But I studied it with Terry numerous times, and I think we kind of got her figured out now. So let's look at this chart again. And that top line are level 1s. Each one of those level 1s are worth 5 points to you, as long as they're on and making their $100 purchase each month, or have a customer buying at least 100 in PV. Okay, everybody understands that personal volume is not equal dollar to dollar. A person might spend $110 and you get 101 in PV. So, and that's on a whole nother chart. I don't have access to that right now, but you can get it, and it will tell you the exact PV for each product, whether it was purchased at wholesale, at preferred price, or retail price. So, but on your points, to rank up to gold, you're trying to get 100 points. Those can be achieved in various ways. You must have a minimum of 3 ambassadors on your level 1. A minimum of 3. Then you could have a level 2 that someone recruited under you that might recruit 10. And then someone on that level 2 could recruit somebody, and they might have 4 or 5. You can get those 100 points in various ways. just remember you need 3 qualified at all times from there on out at a minimum. And so if you have, and the key is grow wide. My goal was to have 20 to 25 level 1s before I really took more time to work with the team, because this is your biggest step. This is the biggest personal step, I believe, and Terry and I have talked about this a lot. From silver to gold, it's you. It's you doing the recruiting for the most part. After that, you get 20, 25 across your level 1s. Now you've got maybe 4 or 5 that want to work the business, and you're going to see on this chart, not every one of those is working the business. Some of them are just purchasing for themselves to buy at wholesale, and that's okay, because they send me 5 points each and every month, and I'll take that $15 times 12 months for the next 20 years. I don't care. So those, you want to grow wide. Heidi Spear told me at Leaders Retreat last October that for her to go Emerald so quick, she had 75 level 1s. Well, you're bound to have some grow roots off of that. We call them rock stars. They're fed with Miracle Grow. So you want to get to 100 points to go gold. And like I said, that can be achieved in various ways. In looking at the top of the compensation chart, if you look at the gold, you're going to see where it says you've got to have 15 points outside your primary leg. This is confusing for some, and it's really very simple. Change the verbiage on primary leg to the strongest ambassador you have on your team, who has recruited the most people. That is your primary leg, the strongest leg that you have. So when they say you got to have 15 points outside that, if Fred is your strongest leg, you must have 3 ambassadors outside of Fred. That can be 2 on your main line, your first level, and 1 on your second level. That equals 15 points. But it has to be outside that. Now, if you notice, that's 15%. To go to senior gold, it moves up to almost 20%, because you got to have 40 points outside your primary leg. The reason they put that in there is so that Melissa doesn't recruit Terry, Terry recruit Gable, Gable recruit Abby, and Abby does all the work, so that the other 4 don't have to do anything. That's the purpose. So Plexus wants you to continue to work your business and grow wide. You're going to be doing yourself a huge blessing to not ever stop recruiting level 1s. So you can see then, once you go to Ruby Ambassador, it's about 1/4 of the points within your team. Those aren't added together. Okay, that where it says 15 and 100 doesn't mean you got to have 115. That 15 comes out of that 100 on the gold level. So if anybody needs to visit about that individually, feel free to Facebook me, call me, whatever, and I will be glad to take more time and explain that. But these points, everybody, this is your residual income. Okay, these are the checks that start really getting exciting as your team grows. So recruiting is important, but it's not everything. Okay, I love the business side of Plexus. I did not pursue and try to build our business because of the health benefits in the beginning. my wife and I saw some good benefits in weight loss, but I did not do it, me personally. I did it for the business side. Today, I don't look at it that way. Today, I love helping people because I've been in it long enough now. I know what the products really do for everybody. But in the beginning, as a new ambassador, you don't know unless you've been a customer for 4 or 5 months and you're happy with the products, and then you convert to an ambassador, which we've seen a lot of people losing preferred customers lately, and those individuals becoming ambassadors. So you're going to have some people you approach that want to hear the business side. You're going to have others that could care less. You have to kind of feel them out and distinguish which way you want to go with that person. But, I mean, my wife, she just liked seeing the checks come in. She didn't care how they got here, as long as they got here. So that is the point system. The next level of ranking up is Emerald Ambassador. At Emerald Ambassador, you got to have 1,500 points on your organization, with 375 of those outside your strongest leg. And I tried to put notes on this chart where the strong leg was and everything, so hopefully everybody can see those notes and kind of see how their team is growing. But at Emerald level, you no longer get a one-time bonus for ranking up. At Emerald is when you start getting a bonus each and every month. And then you're going to look over here on the right-hand side down where it says profit share. Emerald, 3%. 3% of what, you're thinking? And that's where it gets a little bit tricky. It's not 3% of company profits. What the company does is they take basically half of the income, and that is paid back out in bonuses and the pay points. So the way I like to do it is I just use a figure of about $30 million. If they take in $30 million, they're paying back out $15 million. Out of that $15 million, they remove 5% of that, which is $750,000. I'm just using this figure so that you can kind of understand how they come up with the 3, 1, and 1. So they take 5% out of that $15 million, and they break it out into 3 little pools. A 3% pool of $450,000, another 3% or a 1% pool of $150,000, and a third 1% pool of $150,000. That equals $750,000. That 3% pool is shared amongst every emerald, every sapphire, and every diamond. Because if you've been an emerald and you move up to sapphire, you don't lose your emerald bonus. So you're getting your portion of that 3%. And then when you move to sapphire, you get the emerald bonus plus 1%. And when you go to diamond, you get the emerald bonus plus the 1% sapphire bonus plus the 1% diamond bonus. Now, think about this for a little bit. The 3% is shared amongst all the jewels, emerald, sapphire, and diamond. Okay? Let's just hypothetically say that bonus averages $2,000 a month. It's somewhere in that area. I haven't been emerald, so I don't get to see those, but I've talked to a few. I want to say a 2,000 is probably a safe average figure to think about. Sapphire is a 1% bonus as soon as you go to sapphire. You get the 3, but then the 1% in the beginning, I'm thinking, well, then that's going to be smaller than that 2% or that 3% emerald bonus. It's not. It's actually larger because there's not as many sapphires. So the sapphire bonus is only split up between sapphires and diamonds, because if you reach diamond rank, you've already been through the sapphire rank. That repeats itself on that 1% for the diamond bonus, because it's only divided by diamonds. So it is larger than the sapphire bonus. So think about this. Once you've achieved one rank and you go to the next, you're getting 2 bonuses, but that second one is a little bit bigger, and that third one is a little bit bigger than the second. I don't know what they are. I've never seen any of those paychecks, but if you guys are like me, you're not going to send it back, no matter what level it is. So that is how you get the bonuses. Don't forget, if you've ranked up to Emerald and you're receiving your portion of that 3% bonus, you're still getting paid on all of those points. So 1,500 points is what you got to have be an Emerald. If they're $3 a piece, that's $4,500 plus the Emerald bonus, plus the 25% commission, plus the preferred customer bonuses, plus the 5% override, plus all of your welcome pack Friday checks. See how it gets better and better and better. I get more excited about this business the deeper we go. And I'm the one that a year and a half ago said, I don't have time for another thing. I couldn't give you an hour to help you move your grandma because I was so busy. But we adjust when the perks are there, and the perks are here. So they're very well worth it. The things that I haven't touched on at Emerald level, you get the option. It's not a requirement, but the option to go purchase or lease a Lexus car. Has to be the pearl white, sapphire white, whatever they call it, and a certain model. And then the company will put a $500 stipend on your paycheck each and every month. You must remain Emerald. Don't destroy your team and go backwards. But they'll put $500 each and every month on your paycheck. All you have to do is show ownership of the car. They don't buy it for you. They just give you the money to go down and make the payment with. Me personally, I hope to be Emerald by the end of June. We're going to lease because I'm going to make it a business expense. So, along with that, you get to go to Hawaii. The company's been taking all jewels, Emerald and above, to Maui, Hawaii, each and every year with a guest, all expenses paid. Now, I don't think they're going to buy your souvenirs or take you to Diamonds International and get you jewelry and stuff, but they'll get you there, they'll house you, they feed you. It's got to be a great time. I've seen pictures, and I've already got it on my planner for September, so I have no choice but to get the Emerald quickly. That takes care of Emerald, Sapphire. At Diamond level, the Lexus program changes a little bit. You get rid of the white car, you get a black one. It's a higher dollar model, fancier, convertible. It's down the road a ways, folks, but we can all get there. It is achievable for each and every one of us. And then the stipend goes from $500 up to $1,000 per month. So that should take care of a $60,000 car payment, I would hope. That's everything on the compensation plan except for the re-entry. This company, they're actually probably too generous if you compare them to anybody else in the world. But they will allow you, once you have 6,000 points in your organization, and I get it, that's out there ways. It might be 2 years for some of us. It might be 5 or 6 years for a lot of us. It's okay, because each and every one of us have worked longer than this at our current employment. And you might be happy with your paycheck, but most of us are probably or have been maxed out at where we can go. There is no maximum here. They do not stop you. You can raise your paycheck each and every month. Your efforts equal your pay raise. But when you re-enter, then you put yourself back on as a level 1 under the original team. So your 6,000 points continues to go, because now you, like in my case, it'd be Ron number 2. I'm going to sponsor myself on as a level 1, and I'm going to start all over again. Now think about this, because there are a handful that have done it. One I know is already back up to Sapphire. Celeste Quinn went to Diamond, re-entered, and she's already a Sapphire second time around. And I'm just going to use her as an example. It does not mean we're all going to get there, or any of us on this call tonight will get there. We have the potential if we want it bad enough. But when you re-enter, okay, and I'm building that second team, think about this. Now I'm getting double, because my original team sending me a paycheck. Team number 2 is sending me a paycheck. Well, team number 2, let's say I just went to gold and I got 100 points under team number 2. I got those same 100 points under team number 1. So team number 1 gets paid on those 100. Team number 2 gets paid on them 100, and that paycheck has the same name on it. I don't know any company out there that will let you double your paycheck by putting out a lot of hard work. But down the road, hopefully, several of us will get to experience re-entry. I think that pretty much covers everything. Let's open it up, Mom, for questions. I'm going to wet my whistle because I love water.